Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuznuz here. In today's video, we're going to talk about 3 problems I see in RuneScape 3 that I feel like Jagex needs to address or correct. These are things I've seen mentioned a lot to me before, or things that I've been thinking about for a really long time that I think we should see a change in. If you like videos like this, make sure to smash that subscribe button, as 69% of you actually aren't subscribed. Do with that what you will. Alright, let's get into this video. Alright, so the main problems that I see, the first one is with the Grand Exchange. Now, I said in a recent video how I've had comments of people saying, wait, how did you price check this thing? How do you know how much this is? I had somebody in a recent video say that they were trying to buy Magma Tempest for 300 mil, which is the GE price, for over 2 weeks, and had no idea why it wasn't buying, when in reality Magma Tempest is like 1.3 bill, so yeah, that was never gonna buy for them. But the reality was this player thought that they had a chance for it to buy and had no idea of the true price. They took the Grand Exchange at face value, which is something that I feel needs a definite rework. The Grand Exchange was a huge update to RuneScape, and I think we all remember trading back in the day, how long it took. Even when old school RuneScape was released, it didn't have a GE to start, and I remember trading during those days, and it took forever to buy and sell stuff. So the Grand Exchange as a whole is really good, but it does definitely need some work, mostly like real-time data. GE prices are just inaccurate a lot of the time, and I feel like if discords like the price check and trade discords and other places are able to get data, user submitted data, and get you kind of updated prices through the little data that they have, I feel like Jagex, with basically all the data in the world of everybody using the Grand Exchange, should be able to provide us with some sort of real-time prices or close to it, where we can see prices update, see the actual prices of things. I mean, on old school RuneScape, RuneLite even had something that kind of showed you like the market price for everything, and if RuneScape 3 and Jagex were able to implement something like that, I think it could benefit so many more people. I mean, honestly, I'd hate to be a new player trying to save for something big like a codex like Magma Tempest, or something where the GE price is inaccurate, saving up all my money thinking I had enough, come to find out that it's actually worth 4 times more than I thought, basically ruining my plans. Now, I know a lot of people use Discord, and a lot of people do know about the price check trade Discord, but I feel like it sucks when people in a game have to go and use, outside resources just to get any sort of, normal basic information. I mean, this isn't an advanced tip or an advanced guide or anything. All this is getting a basic price of an item and wanting it to be accurate. I also feel like Jagex could, implement some higher GE limits. I know they've slowly done that, but I feel like some items, the GE limits are just really weird or don't really fit in. Also, adding something to be able to easily trade items over max cash, whether it be another currency, or I know we have spirit shards, but be something a little bit easier to use, or possibly some sort of way to do it easier, because let's face it, as much as it sucks, a lot of items now in RuneScape 3 are over max cash. There are a lot of them, and prices are only going to continue going up to where eventually trading items that are above max cash are going to be the normal, and right now the methods to do that are just really annoying. I remember when I went and sold my Eldritch crossbow, it took me like an hour to find a trade, make sure I wasn't getting scammed. I know, there's different scams that people do. It's not the safest, like buying something off the GE. So really, I think this just goes into the GE sort of problem, updating with accurate prices, doing something about trading things over max cash. I feel like this could all be bundled into one thing and could really benefit the game in the future. So let me know what you guys think about this idea. I think it is a problem. There are a lot of problems with it, so let me know. Now, secondly, is something that I've been thinking about for a long time, probably even before I made YouTube videos, and that is raids, and a potential raids 2, and a potential just new type of raid boss. So raids 1, I'm gonna be honest, I absolutely hate. I do not like raids. I know many people like it. I do not like it. It's not really even the group aspect that makes me not like it. I don't find the bosses super fun. I mean, Yaka's interesting. I like the sort of roles and stuff. It's a very involved boss, but it's just that. It's just like a short boss fight that you do, once in a while to get loot, and then you stop. The puzzles are kind of non-existent non-existent. And when I think of raids, what I think of is something similar to elite dungeons. I feel like elite dungeons are what raids should have been, although I do imagine, you know, raids in my mind being something bigger than kind of like an elite dungeon. So imagine like an elite dungeon, you know, taken up to another level, just a huge, gigantic elite dungeon with big bosses, maybe more people in it, untradeable rewards, possibly like Acto, that sort of stuff. It doesn't have to be tradable loot because raids has untradeable things that you want to get from it, but something like that I feel like could be so much better than what we currently have for raids or for a potential raids too. If we look at my KC for raids, I've been doing a lot of PVM. I've done a ton of PVM, and basically raids is probably my least done piece of content in RuneScape 3 in terms of PVM, and I've been PVMing for the past, you know, probably 5 years or so on RuneScape 3. So I'm not sure if Jagex should really rework the current raids because the content has been there for so long. The rewards are the same. It's kind of, you know, it's been there. We've done that. I think maybe if Jagex does decide to release a raids 2, that it should be done totally different. I think it would be awesome to have raids not only being like elite dungeons with bosses and things like that, but having real either puzzles or things kind of like dungeoneering almost has, you know, puzzles in different rooms you have to go through. Something like that that's different every time for like a raids 2, where it's like a complete experience, not only killing a big boss to get loot, but also experiencing other parts of RuneScape while you're doing it. I think that could be really, really good for the game. It might just be me. Some of you may love raids how they currently are, but for me, I personally really don't like them. And finally, the last problem I feel Jagex needs to fix is just the graphical inconsistencies in the game. Now, hear me out. A lot of RuneScape 3 is absolutely beautiful, and the thing about RuneScape is we want to attract more players, more general players of the public, people that are used to things like Elden Ring or New World. Now, RuneScape 3 is never going to be that graphic-wise, but what we can do is take the beautiful parts of the game, because there are so many of those, and just make everything consistent and don't make things stick out like a sore thumb, and that's exactly what some areas do. For example, something like Karamja, I think they talked about doing a graphical rework in 2017, and I believe it still has never happened. There's things in Karamja that are just super old. It honestly looks like it's 2013 again in some of these places. And then if you compare that to, you know, a place right by there that's been graphically updated, it just looks really weird. So this has actually been talked about a lot, redoing Karamja graphically and maybe adding other things, new content to it. An artist on Reddit named Sirakalar did a whole reimagining of Karamja, which is really amazing. I'll show a little bit of it on here, but you should really go check it out. They also did a credit to Scion Cyborg, Elf of Saren, and Aquamancer, who I guess also helped on this, but this is just really amazing. You know, someone in the community made this whole, you know, sort of rework, reimagining, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, I don't want to show it all on here. You guys should go check it out for yourself. But I think this is something that we could desperately need to bring the game up to date, bring those areas up to date. But not only are we bring those areas up to date, Jagex can release new content with it, maybe new Slayer mobs, maybe, you know, potential new bosses, new quests, things like that, to get people excited about it and not have it just be, you know, oh, graphics are updated, woo, that's our update, but have something to go along with it, kind of like a package deal to bring that area back to life. I think Karamja is a great place for that, and it's something I would really like to see, as well as other places. There are definitely other places in RuneScape 3 that need graphically updated. So Mod Jack actually commented on Karamja being reworked about 2 months ago, where he said Karamja just feels incredibly difficult. The issue is that the NPC and building models aren't the problem, and we have art teams who can do that. The problem though with Karamja is that we have a lot of diversity changes, some of which may not be appropriate. The fundamental concept of Karamja is 19th century at a core, and it's something that we no longer really want in RuneScape. If we would rework Karamja, it needs to be completely reimagined, so that makes it a completely larger project than just a rework. We would want to acknowledge that it has problems, we need to delete it and address those problems, and expand on what Karamja would be like and would it be like in modern RuneScape. So this does seem like something Jagex has thought about that could happen, but it does seem like it would be a lot more work, which is why I think putting it into an update with new content could kind of make it so you would, I guess, kill two birds with one stone, release new content, and also update Karamja, make it, fit into RuneScape. But I'm not very hopeful for this after, reading that comment, but, we can hope for it in the future. So these are the three things that I basically want to see change and fixed in RuneScape 3. The Grand Exchange, items over max cash, and basically real-time GE prices. Raids 2, if it ever comes into the game, being made different than how Raids 1 was, or Raids 1 being reworked, either way. And then also graphical reworks to Karamja or, other places to make the game just look better and more consistent. So let me know what you want to see Jagex fix in RuneScape 3. Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember, these are just my opinions. If you disagree, that's totally fine. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next video of Road to Party at coming soon.